can talk later. Just get out of here.
The emotions between people are very wonderful. Some people have known each other all their lives, but still seem like strangers. Some people, as soon as they meet, they seem to be friends for years. Eleanor 22 and Reggie 12 belong to the latter category. Their relationship started as a simple employment relationship. Eleanor was Reggie's babysitter. If Reggie's mother hadn't needed a babysitter so badly, Eleanor wouldn't have been there. She doesn't even have babysitting experience. But that's not a problem either, because Eleanor's babysitting job is simple. She only needs to take Reggie to and from school. At 12 years old, Reggie doesn't need much care. He's a gifted young boy with a high IQ and emotional intelligence. He learned to read when he was 18 months old. Today, at age 12, he not only reads books and teaches himself math, but also composes his music. Eleanor first met Reggie in the boys' music class. Eleanor couldn't help but be captivated by Reggie's music. She watched the boy on stage with his eyes closed. His expression is as serene as an angel. Her heart resonated. Eleanor couldn't help but be fascinated. She thought Reggie was just an ordinary boy. But Reggie's voice and his adult-like speech logic made it impossible for Elmer to treat him like a child of his age. Eleanor wanted to pick Reggie up after the show, and they had a limousine and a driver to take him home. But Reggie insisted on walking, carrying a cello taller than his. Eleanor had no choice but to follow him. The two of them strolled through the sunlit park. Eleanor was surprised when she learned that Reggie had composed the piece herself. She genuinely complimented him on how good it sounded. Then she asked him curiously if the cello was what he wanted to do when he grew up. But Reggie gave a different answer from the common child. His answer was a bit pessimistic. With a young face, he was saying a lot of things that didn't match his age. This makes Eleanor feel a little funny, but also more curious about this little boy. Soon, Eleanor found out that this 12-year-old boy had maturity and wisdom beyond his age. Eleanor was often surprised by Reggie's insights being his peers. When Eleanor wonders why the chef doesn't eat with them, Reggie reminds her that the cook likes to eat alone while watching her favorite show. She has her little world. Reggie has a sense of boundaries but also takes care of the needs and feelings of others. He will play the music in an empty swimming pool by himself. He will immediately fight back. When a friend offends him and then apologizes for his tone of voice, he will make a deal with the driver because he doesn't want to take the bus home. This way, the driver keeps his job, can support his sick daughter, and Reggie gets his wish. Reggie was also very independent. Even if his particular personality was a bit of a headache. At the end of the semester, Reggie's mother has to leave for a while because of work. According to his mother's plan, Reggie was going to attend a 6-week summer camp. Reggie made a private monetary deal with the camp director. This way he doesn't have to go to the boring youth friendship campaign. And the camp con earned money. He could also hide the fact that his mother didn't attend the camp. This meant Eleanor would have to stay with him for the rest of the days, but she didn't know how she was going to get through it. Eleanor was a bit frantic, but Reggie just smiled calmly. He said they would never run out of things to do in the bustling city of New York. Eleanor thought the situation was too absurd for a child. It's been said that everyone is an island. Many people spend their lives searching for a soul that fits them in a sea of people. But few people succeed, and loneliness is more like a normal part of life. But Eleanor and Reggie have succeeded. The 22-year-old nanny and her 12-year-old employer have a soulful bond that transcends identity and age. The reason they are so compatible is that they share the same lonely traits. Reggie's maturity and wisdom beyond his years did not bring him joy. He is often lonely. His mother would rather spend her free time drinking and watching variety shows than communicating with her son. In a stereotypical and dull home, he can only talk calmly with his elderly cook. His only friend at school is a young boy who is obsessed with seeking attention from the opposite affair. He doesn't fit in with his peers or with the adults, like an island. Eleanor is also lonely, unlike Reggie's humor and decency. Eleanor's life is not easy. She was fired from her job at a restaurant after a fight with her boyfriend. She turned to her mother for help but was rejected. She can't even find a place to live if Reggie's family is rich but indifferent. Eleanor's family is poor and distant. As they spend more time together, Reggie wonders about Eleanor's past. At the end of Reggie's cello performance ceremony, Eleanor and Reggie went to have ice cream together to celebrate. She learned that Reggie had decided to give up playing the cello. Eleanor was puzzled, but she knew the boy's personality well. She didn't say much. Reggie then asked about Eleanor's family for the first time. Eleanor chose to remain silent in the face of this question. Her complicated family situation made her unable to say anything. She didn't want to show her embarrassment in front of the boy either. But Eleanor's ringing cell phone Seems to remind him that a bad past is not easy to forget. Then her ex-boyfriend comes to her door. Compared to Reggie's maturity and stability, the man in front of her seems childish. He rightfully asks to get back together with Eleanor. This lame, womanizing man is more like an uneducated baby than a rude one. He swore and cursed when Eleanor refused his request. Reggie, who saw the two arguing, suggested to Eleanor that he could ask his driver, who had been in the army, to help him with his ex-boyfriend's pestering. But Eleanor just wanted to question her life. She says to herself that this is a huge mistake.